Think you're clever? Wait until you hear this story, a brilliant trick no one saw coming, turning the tables on the one who thought he was the smartest.
Deep in the heart of a dense forest, where ancient trees whispered secrets of time, lived Finn, a young fox under the mentorship of the old and seasoned Arthur. Arthur was no ordinary fox. The wrinkles on his face were not just marks of age, but evidence of the countless tricks he had played, the deceptions he had woven, and the many creatures who had fallen into his snares. His worn-out fur spoke of battles fought, his golden eyes gleamed with a dark, cunning intelligence, and his silent footsteps made no sound, even on the driest leaves. He was the master of deception. He knew one truth above all: strength alone was never enough. Cunning always came first. Finn, on the other hand, was still young and inexperienced, eager to learn the ways of survival, but untouched by the harsh realities of the wild. Life had not yet taught him how to distinguish friend from foe, a gift from a trap. Trickery did not yet run in his blood. He was naive, painfully so. He had not yet faced the forest's cunning games, nor learned its hidden dangers. To him the world was wide, open, and filled with innocence. And one day, as Finn wandered among the trees, he stumbled upon something he had never seen before. Golden coins, gleaming like the sun, cold as the shade. Perhaps they were part of a lost human treasure, or maybe they had fallen from a passing caravan at the forest's edge. The golden shimmer in his eyes sent a thrill through him, making him leap with excitement. He scooped them up in his paws, turning them over, listening to the soft chime as they clinked together. His heart burned with joy. Then, gripping them tightly, he held them as if they might vanish the moment he let go. He quickly glanced around, no one in sight. These coins were his now. But his joy was fleeting. A creeping unease settled in his chest. What if someone steals them? What if they fall into the claws of the crows or the jaws of the hyenas? His ears twitched as he scanned his surroundings, suddenly feeling as though every eye in the forest was watching him. His mind spun in circles until a thought struck him, bringing him a moment of calm. I must hide them. I'll bury them here, deep underground, where no one will ever find them. Searching around, he found a thin strand of fallen straw and carefully threaded it through the holes in each coin, tying them together like a necklace. Then, beside the roots of an ancient tree, he dug a small hole and gently placed his treasure inside. Covering it with dry leaves, he stepped back, inspecting the ground. No signs of disturbance. Perfect. Yet his heart still wavered. Every night, when darkness blanketed the forest and the creatures of the wild lay in slumber, Finn would slip away to his hidden stash. He would dig hurriedly, unearth the golden coins, and let their smooth surfaces glide beneath his paw. In the moonlight, they shimmered like captured stars. He would listen to their faint chime as they touched, a sound that sent waves of satisfaction through him. Then, with a childlike grin, he would whisper his enchanted words.
Listen well, my dear coins. If I come to find you, remain the shining treasure you are. But if a thief dares lay eyes on you, turn into a frog at once.
And with that, he would return them to the earth, patting down the soil and covering them once more, convinced his words were a powerful shield against betrayal. Then, slipping away into the night, he would carry with him the secret he believed no one else knew. Arthur, the old fox who missed nothing in this forest, had been watching Finn's strange behavior from the very beginning. Why did the young fox disappear every night? Where did he go? And why did he return with that peculiar glimmer in his eyes? What was he hiding? Suspicion gnawed at Arthur's sharp mind. He decided to follow Finn and uncover his secret. One night, as Finn slipped away toward his treasure as usual, Arthur stalked after him, moving like a shadow. He hid behind the trunk of a nearby tree and observed everything. He watched as Finn dug into the earth, unearthed the shining coins, and then whispered his peculiar incantation before burying them once more.
Listen well, my dear coins. If I come to find you, remain the shining treasure you are. But if a thief dares lay eyes on you, turn into a frog at once.
Arthur nearly laughed aloud, but managed to stifle his amusement. What a foolish little fox! He truly believes his words can change reality. A wicked thought took shape in Arthur's cunning mind. It's time to teach him a lesson he won't forget. As soon as Finn disappeared into the night, Arthur emerged from his hiding place. He crept toward the roots, his sharp claws digging carefully into the earth until the golden coins, still threaded with dry grass, gleamed beneath the moonlight. He lifted them between his teeth, feeling the cold bite of metal against his tongue. Then his cunning eyes scanned the darkness until they landed on a plump frog, dozing lazily on a vine. A wicked grin curled across his muzzle. In one swift motion, he snatched the frog by its leg and tossed it into the hole where the treasure had been. He covered the spot just as it was before, ensuring no sign of his trick remained. Then, slipping away like a phantom, he vanished into the night, his eyes gleaming with the mischief of an old fox who had seen it all. The following night, Finn rushed to his secret spot, his heart pounding in anticipation. He could almost hear the golden chime of his treasure beneath the soil. Digging feverishly, his paws trembled with excitement. But the moment he reached inside, a frog leapt out. Finn recoiled in horror, his fur standing on end as the creature let out a loud, mocking croak. His voice cracked with panic as he stumbled back, trying to grasp what had happened.
No, no, I'm not a thief. I'm not a thief. It's me, your rightful owner.
But the frog only hopped further into the underbrush, disappearing into the night without a second thought. From the shadows, Arthur watched with quiet amusement, his shoulders shaking with laughter only a seasoned trickster could appreciate. Finn sat beside the ancient tree, his eyes lost in the soil that had once cradled his treasure. His trembling hand brushed over the earth, the very spot where his golden coins had turned into a frog. The thought crept slowly into his mind, much like the first rays of dawn filtering through the leaves. "Why?" he whispered to himself. "I thought I could protect what was mine, but now it's all gone." He looked up at the sky, where the stars were beginning to fade, just as his hopes had faded. He remembered the times he felt overconfident, when he thought words alone could keep him safe. Maybe it wasn't the gold I should have protected. Maybe I should have protected my mind and my heart. He sighed deeply, caught in a moment of silence. Not everything that glitters is gold, and not every smile belongs to a friend.
Let me give you some advice. May it hang around your neck like a necklace. 1. Gold doesn't bring safety. True safety lies in who you trust. 2. Cunning isn't always a sign of wisdom, and sometimes the kind one is smarter than the trickster. 3. I'll keep learning, and I'll grow. But my real necklace is experience.
Those words were the lesson he learned in that harsh moment, standing on the edge of maturity, fully understanding the trick that had been played on him.